Tyler in East Texas right now, where Governor Greg Abbott is signing the controversial voting reform bill into law.
Let's listen in.
The bill that I'm about to sign helps to achieve that goal. One thing that it does is it ensures that every eligible voter will have the opportunity to vote. One way that it achieves that is it provides even more hours of time for people to be able to go cast their vote. Let's do some comparison here, because so you can understand the magnitude of the early voting time period that voters have in the state of Texas. Texas provides 12 days of early voting, and this law even adds more hours during those early voting days. By comparison, the president's home state of Delaware provides 0 days and 0 hours of early voting. No one is saying that what happens in Delaware denies people the right to vote. Similarly, in Texas, because of the 12 days of early voting and even more hours of early voting, as well as flexibility with regard to voting on Election Day, it ensures that Texas provides even more opportunities for people to engage in the voting process than the president's home state of Delaware, as well as many other states across the entire country. The law does, however, make it harder for fraudulent votes to be cast. One area that makes it harder to cheat concerns mail-in ballots. Now, mail-in ballots, this is an area where both Republicans as well as Democrats agree has been the easiest way to cheat in the election process. The law that I'm about to sign fixes that problem. Another issue that this law addresses is ballot harvesting. It makes ballot harvesting a third-degree felony.
Amen.
Now, this is ballot harvesting is a serious problem in the state of Texas, and that comes from a federal district judge who was appointed to serve in Texas by President Barack Obama. That federal district judge heard a case, a trial, and during that trial there was an abundance of evidence presented, an abundance of law presented, and after all of the law and all of the evidence was presented, the judge appointed by Barack Obama wrote an opinion deciding that case. And in that opinion, that judge wrote that ballot harvesting occurs in abundance in the state of Texas, showing the challenge that it poses and showing the reason why Texas took up this cause to make sure that ballot harvesting fraud will be eliminated in the state of Texas. The bottom line of what the law does is what the members around me have said all along. The Texas law, it does make it easier than ever before for anybody to go cast a ballot. It does also, however, make sure that it is harder for people to cheat at the ballot box in Texas. I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, Speaker Dade Phelan, Senator Brian Hughes, and Representative Murr, as well as the Texas legislature for their tireless work in session after session to make sure that we got this across the finish line. We have with us, and I hope I'm getting everybody, also we have Representative Doc Anderson, Representative Cole Hefner, Representative James White, Representative Keith Bell, Representative Travis Clardy, as well as local Representative Matt Schaefer. We thank them for being here. We thank them for helping to get this bill to my desk. Now, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you for coming to Tyler.
You are watching Texas Governor Greg Abbott. He is signing the controversial election integrity bill into law today. We are continuing to stream this for you on click2houston.com.
And as we continue our coverage on this, KPRC2's Brittany Jeffers continuing our coverage of the governor about to sign the voting reform bill into law.
She has reaction to today's move and is joining us now live. Brittany, good morning.
Good morning to you. Well, we've just briefly heard the governor address some of those sweeping changes that will happen under this law. And one thing to note is that the 24-hour polling locations. This location here in Pasadena, for instance, was open in Harris County for 24 hours for people to be able to come and cast their ballots. But under this new law, that will not be an option. Cars lined up. You may remember voters waiting to cast their ballots at the drive-through voting location at the Toyota Center. But after today, that will no longer be an option as Governor Abbott signs Sb1 into law. Sb1 bans both drive-through and 24-hour voting, both of which were used during the pandemic in Harris County. The bill also restricts early voting hours from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. across the state. Sb1 bans sending mail-in ballot applications unsolicited and adds additional ID requirements, meaning voters must provide their driver's license numbers, or if they don't have one, the last 4 digits of their Social Security number on applications for ballots. They must also provide those numbers on the envelope used to return their completed ballot.
Your Social Security number is your very private information, and also your driver's license, because there's so many people out there that can get hands on it that their hands don't belong on your stuff. So
Tammy Hannon says she takes issue with that change, but others like Maurice Romero say he supports Sb1 with one caveat. He thinks that voting hours should be extended.
Lessen the chance of fraud and, deception, and but at the same time, a lot of people have a hard time getting to the ballots in time. So the 24-hour thing, I think that a little bit of compromise should have been more done,
So again, as we just saw happening live, the governor preparing to sign that bill into law. Reporting live here in Pasadena, I'm Brittany Jeffers, KPRC 2 News.